There's a whole new branch of urban superheroes in this country. Honestly, people...
The Statesman.
The Statesman is one in Birmingham. We've got a picture of the Statesman. He's a genuine character.
From an administrative point of view, does someone phone up the Statesman and say, something's happening, get over here now?
Nobody knows. They had to put the Statesman signal on a cloud. What about this? This is the Man in Black. This is a London crime fighter.
Yeah, black and grey.
Well, obviously with a hint of check.
Yeah, and a check and some stripes.
Yeah, but he can't list the whole thing of his variations.
So the black clothes are fairly readily available. If you're going to call yourself the Man in Black, I think it's incumbent upon you to buy some black clothes.
Well, look, I hope you're going to show some respect now.
Oh.
We've got a local, I'm calling him a superhero, why not?
Yeah.
A local superhero who works in Salford. And it's a genuine, this is not a joke, this is a guy...
Is he called the Whippet?
No.
It's his main
be
job.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Night Warrior. Yeah, party up for Night Warrior.
Already I like Night Warrior. And you know why? Because as his coat came out like that. I saw a little first aid kit. Is that a first aid kit you've got on your first aid kit? I like it.
So, you patrol Salford?
Yeah.
Can I ask, are you allowed to say how old you are? Is that a secret as well?
No.
How old are you?
18 years old.
18?
Yeah.
Now, what is the nature of your crime fighting, Night Warrior?
Well, I patrol the streets of Salford at night, and sometimes I go out and feed the homeless.
You feed the homeless? On what? The bodies of criminals. That'd be brilliant.
Just make sandwiches and little packed lunches and give them out.
That's one of the best superhero things I've ever heard. So, what about the actual crime-fighting element of your work?
Well, if I see any trouble, if there's, like, a fight, I'll try and intervene and calm down the situation.
Really?
And I won't use violence unless I have to in self-defence. And if it's really serious, I'd phone the police first. And then, while the police are arriving, I'll try and calm down the situation.
Have you been hurt yourself? Has anyone turned on you?
Tried
to unmask you?
I got threatened by a drunk bloke because I was patrolling the area and just looking around to see if there was any trouble, and he went, "What are you looking at?" and just started shouting abuse. But I just walked off.
Did he not mention the outfit at all?
No, because
he really was drunk.
Yeah, he was really drunk.
And do you have martial arts training, or do you just...
I just do mixed martial arts.
Oh, you do mixed martial arts?
Yeah.
Are you not worried, Night Warrior, that you could get...
shot?
Well, killed?
Yeah, but I feel like I have to go out there and make a difference.
I think it's very admirable, but I'm just a bit worried that you know, it's a dangerous game. Did you grow up on comic books and all that? Is that where it all comes from?
Yeah. I grew up on Batman, Superman, Spider-Man...
See, so did I, but I've never had the balls. I've never thought I'm going to do this.
I think the whole feeding the homeless element is brilliant.
Yeah.
To do that in costume, I think, is... And I'm willing to fund a Batman-style rope that you can descend. So, like, a homeless fella's just sat in the street and you appear upside down. Sandwich! Straight back off. Firing. Twixes. I love it.
Are you going to go out tonight?
No, tomorrow night I'm out.
You've had a night off to come here.
Oh.
It's kicking off out there. Right now, the Riddler's going mental.
Well, good luck, Night Warrior, and be careful. It's a jungle out there. What about a big hand for Night Warrior? And also a big hand for Katie Brand and Ross Noble, and for yourselves. Thank you very much. Good night. Hello and welcome to Frank Skinners Opinionated. Tonight from Manchester. And it is a bit of a special night. We have got a very special guest tonight, and I know some of you had a bit of a sneak preview on the car park, and you've probably told everyone else in the audience, but the truth is that Madonna is our guest tonight. I love April Fools. Best thing ever. I was going to say I've got 6 weeks to live. Would that have been... No, thanks for the cheer, mate. Did you not believe that Madonna was on the show? Cynical, bloody northern Manchester. And if we'd have been Yorkshire, they'd have gone, oh, bloody great. Yeah, no, not likely. Yeah, 6 weeks to live. Well, I'm staying in Manchester tonight, so 6 weeks to live could be optimistic. So there's been a lot in the news this week about the big society, as they call it, the big society. I think it's true that people were more community-minded in the past. I think my mother, when I was a child, I remember her walking nearly 5 miles to put dog excrement through a sex offender's letterbox. People cared. There was a sort of a big society event across the globe last Saturday called Earth Hour. Are you aware of Earth Hour? The idea is that from 8:30 to 9:30, people switch their lights off as a statement about, you know, energy and about saving the planet and stuff like that. And at 8:30 last Saturday night, I switched all my lights off. Unfortunately, I was in my car. There's a survey this week that says people who live in the countryside are more likely to cheat on their partners. Comes to something when you can't trust your own family. Could you live... I don't think I could live in the countryside, I have to say. I live in the city, I like the restaurants, theatres, cinemas, stuff to do, you know. I don't know if malicious gossip, drink driving and witchcraft would be enough for me. I also don't like the way they dress in the country. It's all green and brown. You've got to dress in green and brown every day. I want to choose my clothes based on, does this look good, not would this enable me to hide in a tree. And also people talk about how much room they've got. That's one of the big things. Oh, I've got so much room in the country. Oh, God, so much room. Spaces, wide open spaces. If you've got so much room in the country, why don't you build a fucking tractor lane? Anyway, let's get started. Please welcome my guests, the fabulous Katie Brand and Ross Noble. Hello. Oh, thank God, glad to see you. Did it work? I had a hand butter. Did you get the shock, though?
I did get a little bit of a shock.
I think, why don't we start, instead of going into a topic that I've sort of want to talk about, why don't we ask the audience if they want to suggest a news topic? What about anything from the news this week? What about this gentleman at the front?
Who's filled their census in?
Oh. Who's filled their census in? What, should we do a census to find out? Who's filled... presumably everyone has filled... Who hasn't filled their census in? Those girls at the back. None of the three of you filled it in. Do you live together?
We're students.
You're students, so you don't have to fill one in, is that right?
We do, we've just not done it.
I think it's illegal to not do it.
I know, I've lost mine.
You've lost it? Could it be in your hair?
I tried to do it online, but then it was like, oh, you need to fill in the number that's on it, so I'm going to have to ring up or get charged.
Yeah, you need to sort it out. It's quite a big deal.
Well, apparently we don't exist if we don't fill it.
Thousands of people didn't last time, and only 38 people were prosecuted.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be just their luck?
Well, now they've been on telly. I mean, yeah, it's not...
Yeah, also, if it's alphabetical order, Bananarama, you're going to be one of the first. Come, there's a man at the back, look, with his hand raised.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Sheen's been in the news recently for that big breakdown thing where he said he had tiger blood.
Yes.
And that he was on a drug called Charlie Sheen. I'm not sure if there's any material to be made there or if he's just made it all. But, yeah.
OK, I don't want you to think that you have to ask a question that will supply us with material. God forbid that wasn't in my mind.
I have to say, sir, you've got the best look of anyone in here. Because from here down, super smart, and I know glass houses and all that, super smart, but then from there up, like, super scraggy. I like it. You're right, it's like sort of Jesus makes a court appearance. It's like, yeah, it's got that. It was after that bit in the temple, you know, where he tipped the tables over and they went, troublemaker, Asbo. That's what you are. You're Asbo Jesus.
But yeah. Look, I'd like to talk about practical jokes. It being April the 1st and all.
Yeah. Oh, that's just kicked in. It's the buzz.
What, the
buzzer? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a delay.
If I wanted to play a practical joke on you, I do actually have a scar there on my hand at the moment.
That would have been.
And I should have gone, ah! What are you doing, you mad brummy bastard?
That would have been. I like the fact that it's still buzzing. It's like a beat leaves the sting in.
Yeah. Does that mean you die? No?
My hand dies. But, you know, a dead hand can be a plus on a quiet night.
A minor electric shock can be quite thrilling, though.
Yes.
I got one off a toaster once, and I found it quite exciting.
It is. I tend to get a bit giggly after an electric shock.
Yeah. It wasn't something I would definitely do again on purpose.
Oh, no.
But the fact that it happened, it was a happy accident.
I touched an electric fence once, and, like, it was a farm fence. I wasn't breaking into a scientific laboratory or something.
Or out.
And, and it made me leap.
Did it?
And it made me think, it's worth remembering for the Olympics, though.
Yes.
Like, if you just had, like, a socket at the bottom of the high jump and a big metal pole...
Or a pole vault.
And you just ran really hard, stick it in the socket, you know,
You can have 3 pins on the end of it if you can maybe get it wet first.
That's nice. But with the Olympics, they'd have to have European and worldwide adapters, wouldn't they? To adapt their pole vaults to British plugs.
That would make me excited about the Olympics.
And they could call it the pole vault.
This is too good.
It's there. It's another event. OK, so are you fans of practical jokes generally?
Yes, I am.
I'm not at all. I hate them.
It's interesting that because surveys show that blokes like them quite a bit more than women do.
Oh, really?
It's like at the moment I'm doing this one where I'm teaching my 2-year-old whenever we go...
At the moment, you've got one in work in progress.
Got one in play.
I basically use my child as a prop, and I'm training her up because she's just getting the speaking down, you know, and I'm training her up that whenever we go and visit friends, she has to point into an empty